Hey fam, welcome back. In today's video, we're gonna be playing with the brand new GlamLite Dirty Martini palette. And I'm back with another extra AF look, a bit extra even for me. But if you'd like to see how I created it and this video sounds interesting to you, go ahead and stay tuned. We're gonna get into it right now. So today we're gonna try a look with the Dirty Martini palette. I just sat here staring at these swatches for forever, like it was like a math equation. And I think I have an idea. So the first shade I'm gonna start with is Green Olive. And I'm gonna use this like kind of flat top fluffy brush. And I'm just gonna start placing this in the front of my crease. These shades, just as a heads up, have a lot of kick up. Next I'm gonna reach into Garnish, which is this like mid-tone green. And I wanna run that alongside the lime green that we first laid down. And I don't know if it's me or this palette or this brush or what, but I'm not having exactly the same experience with GlamLite that I usually have with this palette. But again, it could be me. It could be one of those days. I'm gonna tap back into Green Olive with the same brush. And I wanna pull this into the mid-tone green. Next, I'm gonna dip into Dry Vermouth on this little skinny blending brush. And I just want to pull this into like a long wing. Applying pretty light pressure here at the end. On second thought, let me take that off. Put a little dot of my GlamLite Eye-Cing base because that color was not showing up the way I wanted it to. So let me just put some eye primer out here too. Okay. See if it sticks any better. And that is working a bit better. Then dipping back into Garnish on our big fluffy brush again, I'm gonna pull that shade into the deeper green to blend. Next, I'm gonna use this kind of small fluffy brush and I'm gonna dip into Dirty Martini. And I just wanna use this shade to blend the edges of the other greens because it looks a little wobbly. I'm very confused because GlamLite has one of my favorite formulas and I find them super easy to use. And this one, just struggling a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna try doing the same thing on the other eye and cutting my crease. We may end up doing this again too, or doing this another night because I just don't know how I feel about this. Maybe I'm just not in the right headspace for this palette tonight. So let's see if we can save this look. Okay, y'all, so here we are. I ended up with a full cut crease. This is only maybe like the third or fourth time I've attempted one of these, so it's a little wonky. But I thought it would be fun, and let's just proceed forward. I feel like you guys know already when you click on a video that my look's gonna be extra AF. It's just pretty much what I'm known for at this point. I don't want to disappoint. So the extraness is coming in full regalia. So I'm gonna dip into On the Rocks, which is that really light, pretty teal shade. Also, I should mention, I also put NYX Glitter Primer over top of my GlamLite Eye-Cing eyeshadow base. I used the base to cut the crease and then I topped the base with the glitter primer. So I dip my flat brush into On the Rocks and I want to start this in the beginning of my little cut crease. I know in my Wilderness palette video, I also did a combination with green and teal. So I wanted to do a different kind of look that I haven't just done, and I've just done so many eyeshadow palette videos with the Odin's Eye Diversa collection that I definitely didn't want to repeat any of those. So I figured we would just really go out on a limb with this first GlamLite Happy Hour palette. Okay, next I'm gonna tap into Gin, which is a bit of a deeper turquoise. Same brush. I just flipped it over to the other side and I'm gonna pop this next on my lid. And I'm kind of going back over some of that lighter shimmer that we laid down because I do want these to kind of gradiate into one another. Another thing that I'm not super crazy about with this palette is I feel like the palette needs a black, or the deep shades that they included needed to be a little bit deeper. The deepest green, it's not that different. I mean, it is, but it's not that much deeper than the mid-tone green. So I wish it would have been like a touch deeper. And that's so weird. I feel like I've never really had anything negative to say about GlamLite. They always just work, for me at least. But yeah, I think maybe it was just user error. Maybe I was just trying to do the most, but I would definitely have preferred a black or a deeper green. Same tone, just like a bit more depth to it. I'm gonna tap back into On the Rocks, flipping my brush over again, and I wanna drag that over the deeper turquoise shimmer. So I went ahead and did the other eye while I still had those colors on this brush before I cleaned it off, because for the little wing portion, I think I wanna try the shade Crisp. It's like a really funky, pretty color, almost like a gray green. And I thought it might be interesting. So I'm just gonna continue and pray I did not make the wrong call, because we're in too deep now, y'all. We're in too deep. So I'm just packing this into this little wing section that we created with the eyeshadow base and glitter primer. And I'm not too worried about this bottom line because I can clean this up with micellar cleansing water, but I want to be really careful right there. Now I'm going to pick up a bit more of this gin shade, and I just want to blend that into the gray. And dipping back into the gray, I want to pop some here in the lowest part of my outer corner. And back into gin to try to gradiate. Well, she's different. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So I think I have that cleaned up pretty well with the micellar cleansing water. It looks pretty sharp. I'm hoping the sides are somewhat even. Next, I'm gonna go with my Lime Crime Venus liner in the shade Dahlia, I think, to create a wing. So I did the little black wing that turned into a big, fat, chunky black wing. Tonight is a night of disasters, for sure. So I'm now gonna put on some mascara, pop on some lashes. I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup, and then we'll be back for the lower lash line. All right, y'all, so I finished the rest of my base makeup, and I cannot believe that I don't hate this. Like, this looks pretty cool. I don't know. I really thought we were headed for disaster land. So for my lower lash line, I'm gonna try to keep it simple, because to be honest, I'm exhausted. This took so much work. I'm gonna reach into Olive Lover, this beautiful shimmer that I was so tempted to use in tonight's look. And I'm going to just run this on this little liner brush under my eyes and meet it up with the wing here on the outside. And I'm gonna just keep that right along my lash line. Oh my gosh, that looks so pretty. I'm so glad I didn't give up. I'm so glad I didn't give up. And now on this like little stubby brush, I'm gonna reach into Vodka-Tini, that pretty shimmer in the center. And I'm gonna carry this on the front part of my lid, just to add a little bit of lightness there. And for my inner corner, I'm so nervous. Do it. So I'm going to tap into High Class, this kind of dirty gold in the corner, and I'm going to pop this into the inner corner. I think that works. So I'm going to finish my other eye, pop on a lippy, and we'll be back for the final look. So this is the final look. What do y'all think? It took us a journey to get here, but we got here, and I'm so happy. I think this was a fun reflection of the Dirty Martini palette. I didn't use the oranges and pinks and brown. And I also didn't use the dark blue, but I think I got to use a lot of the greens and the turquoise, which I think kind of captures the color story. It's definitely a different look for me. I don't think I've done a look like this, especially not on camera. Maybe I've started a video like this or had a full cut crease in a video, but not where I did it actually like on camera. And that definitely took a long time. It took a very long time. It is now like 8:40 and I started filming around 5:30. So it has been a journey. While I will say that this is my favorite color story, it may just be that I was trying to be too ambitious and maybe that's why I was struggling so much. But I just feel like in the past, I haven't really struggled with GlamLite's formula. The dry vermouth shade for me was one of the trickiest ones. It got a little patchy. It wasn't as deep as I thought it would be. I just wish this was like a hair deeper or that there was a black in the palette that I could mix with this color to get a really deep green. But I'm really happy with the look that I created. I hope you guys are too. But I definitely had fun creating this look. I hope that I have an easier time with the other palettes than I had with this one. Again, it could just be me. And it could just be that I had too ambitious of an idea and not the skill set to accomplish what I set out to do, but we got there in the end. I really love this look. I think it's really cool. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. I thank you all so much for being here with me today. I love you all so much, and until the next video, bye.